Hello, everyone. So, is being alone the ultimate cope? I believe it is. You know how if you're alone, you're a lone wolf. You know, it's better to have no company than bad company. But let me explain this. Yes, but there's levels to that, right? So even if a relationship was maybe bad or ended up going bad, maybe you gained some type of experience points. Maybe unless it didn't break you down completely to the point where you're gonna self-delete or you're gonna be in a severe depression. So let me explain. My first legitimate heartbroken, I was 23, about to turn 24. So I was still young, and I definitely was inexperienced. Definitely, okay. And I didn't even have an email account. Like there was no, you're looking at 2002ish, 3ish. Yeah, there was no YouTube. There was no, I don't even know if there was even a platform so I can get on and talk about my struggles, right? So what happened is it was the first lady where we did things together. Obviously, the intimacy stuff. She was very affectionate, and something about just affectionate women always freaking, oh my God, pretty and affectionate. Jesus Christ. All right. So let me explain. The last person I was with, she didn't like cuddling at night. Okay, maybe she just didn't like cuddling with me. I don't know. Something was off with her. But she was very affectionate during the daytime. But at nighttime, the shit was weird. So I didn't know that until fucking the later on. But let me explain. All I did was get up in the military. Okay, I was a workout enthusiast guy, right? Then all of a sudden, people are like, "Dang, how come you lost weight? Dang, you used to be very muscular. How come you're not that?" I remember I tried to get back into the gym after severe depression, and I ended up dislocating my shoulder. Okay, trying to put heavy weight on, trying to get back into it. So I didn't work out for like about a year, and believe it or not, I actually smoked cigarettes for that year. It was insane. So, Jesus fucking Christ. And I hate the smell of cigarette smoke, right? I can't stand cigarettes. So, but no, and it was very bad because sometimes in the military too, if you tell, I told one time in Fort Dix, New Jersey, I went to a school out there, and it was snowing. I was just very fucking miserable, and it was a school where they drop 70% of the class. So every couple of days there's a scenario where they either a test score you can fail, or a fitness test, or an actual scenario that they'll give you, and you got to pass it, right? So the stress levels were already high, and I was going through a depression. So that's one thing that I kind of hated, or I did hate about the military, is anything personal to happen to you, it's your fault, right? Or something, or there's not. So what happened is I confided into one guy what I was going through. He told on me, and then so basically they were gonna say, tell everything that you told Washington and tell me. Basically they were gonna try to get me kicked out the military. After I got assigned to this a specialty training, right? Not anyone could just go to this specialty training. Okay, so you had to qualify for it with your physical fitness scores and your academics, and but I ended up graduating, and I was the only person from my division, from my command, that graduated. The other people that graduated were from my brother command. But I was the only one. 6 people dropped, the guys that I showed up with, and I was the only one that made it all the way through, going through all that shit. But it's not bragging, okay? So let me explain something. Okay, so someone there was a guy named Bacchus or Barkus or Brachus. For some reason he kind of looks like Oreo Man, but they're two different personalities. And one, in some of the videos they kind of look alike, right? So in one, I'm commenting saying I didn't know Barkus or Brockus was this funny, because he went from like okay, you know what happened to him, to he was crying, he was upset, all types of stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, I didn't know what happened to him, but then all of a sudden I see Oreo Man, and I go, oh, I didn't know that guy has a sense of humor. Because some of his videos he was pretty miserable, and then someone commented saying, no, that's not him. This guy's Oreo Man, and the guy you're talking about lit himself on fire by self-deleting. I'm like, okay, so when people self-delete, and based on how harm they do it, means that they were truly like disgusted with themselves. Like if you light yourself on fire, it means you hate yourself. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's almost like you want yourself to torture before you go, or so. Oh, like, oh God, right? You know me, okay, and maybe this is a cowardly way, but I always say like I just want to take a bunch of pills if I ever had to do this, okay, and I'm basically just high on life, because I don't drink alcohol or do drugs, but for this moment I'm just high on life. And I'm just relaxed, and then it's just a black hole, and then that's it. I ain't got to deal with this shit no more. I ain't got to be sad and anxiety and like last night I couldn't sleep. My heart. Okay, this is what happens at nighttime. I used to be a night owl. I used to in the military, for the most of my military career, I'd work nights, a lot of it, and it messed up my sleeping cycle. So now when I go to bed, my heart starts racing, my heart starts pounding. And so when that happens is I get these panic attacks. I start thinking about my mother. I start thinking about my father, that I don't have an outlet to go to. I don't have people to call up, for the most part. Not a direct family member and say, hey, I'm struggling, or I got some shit going on. You know, everything that I do, I got to do it. I got to do it on my I got to find out my own ways to solve my fucking problem. And I know they are my problems, so I'm the only one that can fix them. But sometimes it's just, you just get so exhausted. Sometimes you get so exhausted you don't even want to fight no more. You know, a lot of times it'd be with women. You know, I just want to ask my mother, you know, is this a good a woman? Is this someone, my aunt too, is this someone that I can, you know, was I in the wrong for doing this? And for me to click with a woman, for me to actually find her attractive, for her to find me attractive, for all that to work out, right? It's not everyone. So even the women that are interested in me, it's not like I see them and I'm interested in them, and it's just stuff that you go through. I mean, you know, and at any moment, it can be really hot, and then it's just like people lose interest or something, or people just say maybe this ain't for me. But no, and I think about, like, I don't want children. Like, I have a vasectomy, right? And I had laser prostate therapy, so I can't even ejaculate forward. I got reverse ejaculation, so there's no sperm. Like it goes in my bladder. The vasectomy, but there was still sperm. It's just like dead sperm, right? And then the laser prostate therapy, it's weird. You get dry orgasm. So you orgasm, it feels the same thing. You feel something coming out, but then when you look at your underwear, there's no coombs. There's nothing. Maybe like a drop here and there, but so yeah. Okay. So let me explain something like Bacchus, right? When he was he had some horrible videos, like, oh my God. Okay, so like, you got to take whatever you can get. I mean, to tell him, you're gonna tell someone like that, hey, it's better to be alone. It's better to be alone. You're gonna tell someone like me, yeah, that and I believe that I do decent with female attention, but where does it go from there? Like, where does it really go, other than a fucking headache? But at the same time, I don't want to live like that without no women. It's not the more I did that, the worse it affected me mentally, with experience. It makes you more thirsty. Okay, now I was a 40-something-year-old man. Oh, why buy a vehicle? Just to impress a chick? Or no, how about buy a vehicle to fucking improve my fucking quality of life? How about buy a vehicle so I'm not on the fucking bus when it's over 100 fucking degrees? How about buy a vehicle so I can buy fucking groceries? Right? You know, oh no, I'm just gonna kick back. I'm gonna live month to month, live out of fucking Airbnbs, work out, travel, no transportation, no vehicle ownership. I don't gotta deal with this shit. I get to collect comic books. What the fuck did that do for me? It didn't do jack shit. It didn't. I had to stop talking. Fortunately, what happened to me like a year and a half ago, okay, where I met the bus driver, because I was so disgusted with myself, I stopped collecting comic books. Now I might grab a graphic novel here and there, but I don't want to do anything horrible. Like, I don't want to do anything like there's a comic book that I was looking at, and I was like, no, I can't buy it. Like, I can't even start one comic book. Like, I can't, even if it means something to me, or I don't want to start that shit ever again. Like not like I'll download them on Kindle for $1.99. But I know what the problem's gonna. I just can't buy a $5.99 comic book. I'm gonna have to start going through the bands. I'm buying comic books for $20, $50. One comic book, buy it for $100. I'm like, Jesus Christ, where's my fucking priorities at, right? You know, I was renting a storage unit to store my fucking comic books. So, no, being alone, I don't need to see any more fucking be alone in the grind set. Let me explain. So some of these men, right, you get from what you've seen in real life, and then what you can see kind of like on the internet stuff or whatever. But like, yeah, the marriage, the divorce rates, the wife taking the money if the husband does have money, you know, the kids, all that shit. Yeah, those are serious issues and concerns. But the only problem is sometimes the men say, you know what, I still have my kids about it. You know, they get to see the kids, or you know, for 20 years they were at least married and they had someone, and then after 20 years it didn't work out, right? Would you rather have that, or just be a fucking an extra man, just fucking living in cities that you're not from, and then the community has nothing to do with you, right? Meaning that if there's any event, any food drive, any let me explain. So in El Paso, it's like their little parades and shit is gonna be like Mexicans' families, right? Because we're close, it's a border, not where, but it's near the border. Okay, so it's gonna be like third world country shit, entertainment. It's like, so even when I used to donate like clothes and shoes to this organization called Kelly's Hunger Relief, I mean, who's it going to? It's going to Mexicans. I mean, it's not going to I mean, for the most part, right? I mean, it's not like it's going to mainly like veterans, or it's going to, you know, even this car's going so fucking slow, man. God damn it. And it's not like driving on the fucking brake, fucking idiot. So yeah, it's never good for the type of man that's dominantly by himself. Like, okay, so a healthy relationship, right? Where they communicate, you find each other attractive looking, okay? It's better than being alone. It's definitely even little casual hookups, but nothing bad came. Like there's no aminosity, or what do you call that word? Forgot how they say it. But you had your fun, she had her fun, and then you kind of part your ways. It's better than being fucking alone. What are you grinding for? And let me explain grinding, right? Like today I ran 5 miles on the treadmill just now, right? So yeah, in a way I'm kind of grinding. Okay, getting my run in and shit, but for who and for what? Who am I doing it for? I'm doing it for myself, but another thing too is like the grinder, the hustler mindset, make money, the bitches will come. No, the bitches ain't coming. You got to go meet them, or you got to take the initiative. You just don't, because what is that going to mean? Just another gold digger is going to try to hit you up then if you actually have something. A Friday night for me is no different than a goddamn. I like Friday nights because the gym opens up at early in the morning on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm up there early in the morning. So my weekends are not for anything but other than to train. Man. So yeah, so Saturdays I do back, Sundays I do legs, and I get to the gym right when they open up. The gym isn't open 24 hours. The last gym that I had was open 24 hours, but the gym fucking sucked. But that's what I'm saying is you can't, people that are alone are happier. No, they're fucking not. People that are alone aren't happier, okay? They're not. If that was the case, I'd be the happiest motherfucker. I'd be the happiest motherfucker on the planet, okay? No, and let me explain. Right now, I'm just trying to get through things, the holiday season, right? So, my closest relative, my cousin, my Puerto Rican cousin, his brother is his half brother. Like we're same mother, but different father. So we're not blood related. But he's in Florida, and it's for the holidays. And I just thought, okay, maybe we'll just, have a good holidays. Glad you're with, your family, whatever, right? But his brother is dying of cancer. So I may have to go to Florida. I can see if I'm gonna buy a plane ticket. I might have to go there for a funeral. I mean, so my holidays isn't even, here I go again. I'm gonna have to travel out of state during the fucking Christmas and New Year's. But I know I gotta support family, the small amount that I still have left. But I'm just tired. I suffer from insomnia at nighttime, and the medication ain't working no more. I'm trying to see if they'll put me on a different sleep medication. So during the nighttime, I just get these bad fucking panic attacks, and it's torture. It's not even. It's like something's attacking me. It's like okay, so my best friend died a couple years ago, the day before Thanksgiving, and it scares me. It just scares me. One reason why is because he had a heart condition, and he lived by himself, and he was a successful guy, more successful than I am. He's an engineer and he had a good job, And I wasn't keen for some reason on him always, for him living by himself. For something about, I even asked, like, don't you want to live with someone? For some reason, I would ask him, and he just got a job. Okay, so he was transferring in California from China Lake to, like, I think it's a naval base. China Lake's a naval base to Air Force Base in Riverside. I don't know if it was like Air Force Riverside or Riverside Air Force Base, something like that. And he was about to start that weekend, and he was gonna be moving, and he died in the bathroom. So his screen door was open, the door was open, the neighbor noticed something was wrong, and his car was open. So if he was living by himself, if he had somebody, he might have been alive. If he actually had somebody, maybe somebody could have saw him. He could have asked him to call 911. But one reason why he died is because he's alone. He's by himself. And he was my best friend. He could talk to me for hours. I wasn't alone. And you know, it's nice when you got a guy friend, because we've been friends since we were kids. And when you just talk for hours and hours about what you're going through, and it's not gay, because we've been friends for a long ass time. Yes, talking to other men about your problems is kind of gay, and then talking to women about your problems is weak. So it's like, what do you the man typically doesn't have very many people to talk to. You be careful, because you talk your problems to another man, and they go run their mouths more than a woman. Believe me. So that bothers me. And the thing is like on my contact list on my phone, there's not a lot of people on there, right? So like, there's a few people to talk to on my phone, and the one person, basically him gone. Now, do I have anybody that I can really, not that long though. I can talk for a few minutes, but maybe 2 other people I can talk to, maybe, about anything that's going on with me. But with him, it would have been 3, and he was the reliable one. You're taking out 33% of my contacts. If I only have three male friends that I can talk to. So yeah, being alone sucks, and try not to people will use that as a weapon against you. I don't know, like, people will be married and to a fat ugly wife, or their marriage ain't even that great, and then they'll even be like, oh, sucks being alone, when are you gonna get married? It's like they'll random people will just flex on you, right? I don't want their lives either, but Jesus Christ, man, can't someone be happy for me, like in IRL? Can I have an accomplishment and just say I ran this race? Does someone want to take me out to dinner? I don't drink alcohol, but I'll eat something. You know, can I spread good news to anyone anymore? So, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.